Karen Morley, your City Sleuth, and today we're here at Beer Brothers. And did you know they have a deli? You're about to find out. Hi, Malcolm.
Hey, Karen, how's it going? Yep, we are starting or have started, should I say, our Beer Bros Deli. We've been in practice mode for quite some time, it seems, but now we seem to be finally getting our bits and pieces up and running here. Finally got our blackboards finished with our menu up, prices going. We have our hot and cold sandwiches over here as well, and also featuring all our house-made breads, various sauces, and all kinds of ketchups and wonderful things that we have going on here.
Well, this is awesome. See, I'm a Philly girl, and in the northeast part of the United States, it's all about the deli.
Yep.
So tell me what you're working on here.
Well, today I'm working on a beef brisket brine because we're going to be making some corned beef. And if you like, I can show you the whole process of what we go through for getting our beef brisket done for our Reuben sandwich.
I'd love to. That's what makes this place authentic. So tell us about the brine. What do you have in here?
The brine itself, we have chilies, we've got some mustard seed, bay leaves, whole peppercorns, some whole allspice, white peppercorns as well, fresh garlic, just lightly crushed just to release the flavors. We've got some beer in there, some cloves.
Beer.
Yeah. The big,
not like Mom
big
used
element,
to make.
Not like Mum used to make it at all. And seasoning salt, of course. Everything to go in there as well. Pink salt to keep the color of the beef nice and pink, which you'll see as we go through the whole process of this going on.
So how long do you keep it in the brine?
For this particular recipe, anywhere between 10 days and 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, we try and keep it down in our basement. I'm doing a smaller version today just because we needed one in a bit of a hurry, so we're going to do this one. But normally we have like a big bin and we just fill it all up with the brine and then put all the briskets in, leave it down in the cooler downstairs until we're ready to bring it up. But
okay.
Yeah, anywhere between 10 and 12 days for this particular brine. We like the beer to work its magic.
Right. So this is how we start a corned beef sandwich, and that's what we're going to do today, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Make a classic corned beef sandwich.
We are.
So it goes in the brine, and then after it's brined for 12 days, where does it go?
Well, once we've got the beef into the brine, we just make sure that we've got a bit of coverage on here as well. After a couple of days, what I like to do is just come back to this after it's been in the cooler, and I'll turn it over so that everything gets it.
Exactly.
And I'll just keep rotating everything every couple of days until we've got that in its place that it needs to be.
So you do this on a daily basis, and then each day you have one ready 12 days later, right?
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
Amazing.
Unless we've got large functions coming up that we know of, and then we'll just do a big batch and have everything all ready in one go. And then once you've got your meat smoked and ready to go, you don't have to worry about it too much.
Okay.
Then, right?
Now it's done brining, right?
Yeah.
So after 12 days,
So
what are we going to do
after
with
12 days, you can see that the color has changed slightly on the outside here. We've got more of a kind of a yellowing color, and the beef itself has changed as well. It's not quite as vibrant on the outside, but you can see just under the skin here, it's kept its pinkness. Now we're going to use that for our advantage. We're going to just take that over here.
Okay.
Keep the skin side up for this particular one here, just so that you can see the whole process. Okay, in here, then we have maple chips, and I've just got a little bit of water just in the bottom of there, so that when I start the smoke going, the steam will heat everything up, it'll evaporate, but the chips will be a little damper when they start smoking, so it doesn't all go up in flames right away.
So you get a whole bunch of smoke.
Yeah.
So it's maple chips.
Maple chips,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Canadian,
absolutely. So then all I do, for want of a better thing, this is a cheap and easy way of making a smoker. Foil that I've just cut into a square, folded up.
That's ingenious.
Thrown down over the top. Okay, and then just very quickly.
Now, folks, don't try this at home unless you have a really good exhaust.
Yeah, you got to have a
range.
good ventilation. Yeah, if it's like my one that we've just had put in our kitchen, then it just goes straight out to the open.
I want to come visit your kitchen.
Yeah, it's not very
I've done
big.
this at home.
Okay,
and it's
so then you
worth
just
filling the
puncture a
house
few
with smoke.
holes in the top like that, okay? That obviously just to let the smoke through. Our perforated tray is going to let the smoke come through. Once that's all smoking goodness, don't pick it up by hand, obviously, because it's going to be well hot.
Okay.
A pair of tongs is always needed in there.
And then
you
how
just
long
sit
does it
on
smoke?
the top of there. I usually give that about an hour of a smoke first, but through a low oven. So while it's
so
smoking,
it's a hot
I'm still
smoke.
cooking it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I've given it its first hour, I'll take the chips out, put them back on the thing, get the smoke going again, put it back in, and then cover it. Now I use baking parchment lined foil. The reason being, all the salt that you have on the beef, if you put the foil directly straight on top of that beef, it will corrode the foil, end up loads of holes and the discoloration on top of the beef.
Yeah.
So we just give this a nice cover with this.
So something tells me you've done this a few times before.
A few times, yeah, a few times. So we make sure that this is nice and tight, obviously with the smoke coming out. You're going to get some smoke in your eyes, so if you have an aversion to it, then obviously turn your head away. It will make them water quite a bit. All right, and then you just make sure it's nice and tight. The smoke is trapped inside. Straight into the oven. These ones I do at about 225 degrees, and the one that I'm going to show you next, we put in yesterday about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and it came out at 8 o'clock this morning when I got
Awesome.
here.
And if the smoke doesn't make you cry, the sandwich will.
The sandwich will, hopefully. Okay, Karen, so this is the beef that we had smoking yesterday, and this has been going through our oven. I put this in yesterday at about 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and it came out this morning at 8 o'clock this morning.
That smells so good. I
Yeah,
want to
and you
crawl
can
in there
smell
with
all
it.
that smoke coming off there, right? You've got that nice sweet smell coming off there, and look at all these juices coming out there.
Oh.
That's what we're looking for right there.
Wow.
That's money.
So this
Money.
is going to be the base for our Reuben sandwich,
Base for our
right?
Reuben sandwich, yeah.
Now, what else? You have the Reuben, so we have the corned beef that we know takes weeks of tender love and care, and then you put it on a bread that. Tell me about the bread.
Well, the bread itself is a stout rye bread. It's a very dark, heavy bread. I didn't want to go kind of the route of the marble rye. We just wanted to keep it a nice, heavy, almost like a pumpernickel kind of bread, you know?
Well,
So it comes from the Willow and West Gunner. We have a great little baker up there who works his little heart out overnight for us. He gets there about 12 o'clock at night, and then doesn't leave till about 9 o'clock in the morning. But every day we have fresh bread brought down from the Willow and West Gunner.
Yeah, and it's fabulous, and you can buy the bread here as well. So when you decide you like a sandwich, you can also
Absolutely, you
take
can.
the bread home, which I did last time. This stout bread is amazing, and it's
It's
just such a good contrast with the sweetness and
It is.
smokiness of this meat.
Yeah,
Look
you're
at
absolutely
that.
right. So you can see with the color, the brining that we've had in there
That's beautiful.
has worked its magic. And I don't know about you, but I do like to leave a little bit of the fat on my
I do
beef
too, and this is nothing like what you think of corned beef and cabbage that you have for Irish dinners, right?
Exactly.
Oh.
Although very similar in the cut that you would use, right?
Yeah.
You
So
still
you
would
have
use
all
that.
of this, and then you're going to pile it, and I know from a Philly girl what makes a classic Reuben. How do you guys do your Reuben here?
Well, we pile the meat into the sandwich pretty much like this.
That's a healthy
And then we
portion.
get our classified sauce.
Classified.
which
So you have
needs
other
a bit of a
sauces
shake.
here too. You have
Well, this is mustard, but classified sauce should go on there as well, which will be the a Russian dressing.
okay, but if you told me how you made it, you have to
And that's
tell me.
this
You
one.
said.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We add a couple of little extra ingredients to that.
But you also, in addition to the classic here, you make your own beet ketchup.
Beet
and I
ketchup is made
understand
here
that
as well, yeah.
You make this mayonnaise that's got beer as a base, fitting for Beer Brothers,
There you
right?
go.
That's just to die for.
A stout mayonnaise, that's right.
Oh, look at
and
that.
it's a mayonnaise base, and then we add, depending on what we have on tap, you need sauerkraut in there too, brother. Depending on what we have on tap at the time, we have Cobblestone Stout or Guinness, and Cobblestone comes from the Mill Street Brewery in Toronto, which is phenomenal. We did a Bros dinner for them here a couple of weeks back, actually. It went really, really well.
Well, now this baby could hold its own
Yeah,
in
I
any
hope so.
deli in New York or Philadelphia. And you can also come in here at lunchtime and get any kind of sandwich. You can also come in for breakfast, I understand, too, right?
Yeah, we've just started opening in the morning for 7 a.m. We have breakfasts going from 7 a.m.
So come on down to Beer Brothers, say hello to Chef Malcolm, and get your mouth around one of these. I'm Karen Morley, your City Sleuth. Thanks for joining us.